my lady love. You've been with me for such a long, long time. Through my ups and downs, my lady love. My lady love. You've been with me for such a long, long time. Through my weird kind of ups and downs, my lady love. As sweet as gentle as a beautiful summer breeze, and the leaves in the trees, my lady love. Okay, you'll never find. Take the rest of your. Alright, what is gonna happen today? I mean, yesterday was just comedy of errors, series of errors. It is Jerry the Westheimer, nighttime, king of the nighttime world, Bramer, around the dial. But let me first start off by saying, well, I don't know about the scratchiness, but we'll be pulling in, we'll be landing. It is the 11th, 8/11, and we did have a plane, but it was quickly brought down. Well, the pilot kind of didn't know what he was doing, or maybe he did. I don't know. I don't know if he was doing any kind of stunts. I don't know, what do you call it when you're on a plane? Like, you know, I mean, all right, doing thingamajigs there. My lady love. All right, I got a lot here. I got a lot because oh, the light's on. So we're able to, you know, lay some stuff down during the week. You know, just put it down there. You know, we have, you know, it'd be nice if we did have some participation. I mean, maybe we'll get to that. Maybe, you never know. Gotta get the water now. So I wanted some of that fresh water. It's a beautiful thing. You know, it works in the routine a little bit. But yes, we narrowed it down to this is the only thing we do. And we could take it or leave it at this point. Because it's obscure. It's getting to the point when you realize, and I'll tell you the difference between a day makes. Like one day, even with all the mishaps and everything, that's normal. See, we can't get away from that. That's just how it is sometimes. I mean, some days it just seems like nothing can go wrong. Other days, it's how you view it. I mean, you could take those days where things just seem to go wrong and just embrace them and love them. I mean, it is a lot about like how you viewing it. And I'll get to a few things because we did see this. Well, we're talking to this gentleman, Rasta, young, probably around my neighbor's age. My neighbor's 27. They both work at the same kind of company, like communications, you know, with the wires and all that kind of stuff. But his friend had the Rasta hat on, you know, the shades, the confidence, the attitude, all that kind of stuff. And when I was trying to tell him what I do, you know, I briefly, you know, explained a little bit. I said, you know, I started doing this way back, you know, I mean, way back when I first started doing this. I'll explain to you, the audience. I thought it'd be interesting because we know how like people like to see like shocky things, anything that's shocky. I don't know, you name it, just mishaps or just. I mean, you got people running out of cars now, like dancing. You got people just, you know, taking planes, just for example. I mean, you know, people at a baseball game, maybe, I don't know, maybe catch a ball with their head or whatever. Just odd things, you know, just you want to catch them. You're at the supermarket, You know, even if you're a mom, you gotta turn around and say, hey, look at this, you know, wherever. You're on vacation, alright, little pictures here, do that. We're just looking for these still pictures, still life, or whatever, or just the weird things happen. But anyway, so I first did this, I'm like, I didn't, you know, at the time, way back then, I didn't really see anybody like interviewing, you know, people just, you know, maybe talk, babble, or maybe just, or just characters, some kind of characters. I mean, I was a little bit older, and here's Facebook. I said to myself, you know, I said, I could probably just like interview like people just like hanging on the benches or something like that, or you know, just in alleys, or just characters. Like, you know, I said, this is gonna be very easy. And in the beginning, as well, it wasn't really that easy to do because of the area. It's like every time I was like, you know, whip the camera out, there was always people saying, you know, what the hell are you doing? You know, what are you doing? What are you doing? And it's just the area, like, you know, it's the area. And there was like a lot of difficulties, everything. You know, through each season, it became more difficult, and I was hosting like the show, like the videos were there. It was a thing like to get people in, and you know, with the hopes to get better, and maybe you know, end up somewhere where, you know, you could be, you know, be of good service. But for that, you need confidence. So we're talking to the Rasta guy, and you know, I was explaining, you know, a little bit like, you know, that's kind of what I would do with that. And then I said it kind of got into the political stuff. He's like, oh God, no political. You know, that's your big mistake. You know, this guy was cool as hell, because we're sitting there talking, and like, you know, there's some cars going by, you know, with women, you know, like beeping. I'm like, hey, you guys going on? Because they're younger. Like, they're probably... I know his friend, he's my neighbor, he's 27. Really nice guy. I've talking to him. And his friend was there, and they worked together and stuff like that. And I'm going to tie everything together. I will get back with that story there. But I just want to say, you know, what a difference a day makes, or how you view things. Or, like, if you're conscious, if you get like something is doing something to you. Then we have Keon, you know, Mr. West. Don't know how to pronounce the first name. Kiana, I'll say Kiana West. And I thought, like, what he said in there was, like, brilliant, and maybe we'll try to get to it. You know, he's just talking about, like, you know, having your own opinion or something, or your own thought, you know, no matter what. I mean, don't get discouraged, you know, by what people think. All right. So, what a difference a day makes. So, this morning, we had the plane and all that kind of stuff, you know, I'm watching that. And, you know, my mind is thinking about, you know, Facebook and YouTube and all this kind of stuff, and friends, you know, maintaining your friend book, your Facebook, and all that kind of stuff, and, you know, being updated, being real, being all this kind of stuff. You know, you want to have what the people are looking for. And this morning we're reading something from a nice girl on our list about, you know, how she has controversy, you know, with putting stuff up. Been through that for so many times. Maybe like a Led Zeppelin song, or oh, that's nobody's fault but mine. But anyways, so watching the plane thing and everything this morning. So it made me kind of go in a different direction. Plus some things that happened yesterday. So yesterday morning, I wake up and it's Spike Lee and Don Lemon, you know, going back and forth. Spike Lee and Don Lemon, and you know, I did a small little thing of commentary about it, and I did something about, like, you know, growing up and everything. You know, how I kind of felt that it was, and I think, you know, we're missing that kind of stuff. I mean, you know, you watch CNN, you watch all the 2000s, the 80s, 90s, all this kind of stuff. You see all the movements and everything. You know, how we got to where we are, and you see a particular lifestyle or way of life, you know, that's sometimes they bring up, and it's just so, like, gone, like, lost. And in my mind, I think, I think that's one of the things that we're missing. We're just missing, you know, who we might have been, who we are. I mean, getting involved. I mean, I'm not saying everybody is. I mean, a lot of people know how to like manage these things, but there are people that just go crazy. They get so involved in it, especially if they're onto something that that they like, that they're passionate about, and they find like that it's like, oh my God, the deer's over there. It's like useless sometimes. So I'm watching that and everything. So I mean, the show came out the way it came out. The deer's over there, and I kind of felt something the way. If you listen to the way Kiana West speaks, and if you listen to the way Spike Lee speaks, or even Candace Owens or LeBron James or everything. I mean, it's just they're both the deer. Three. I get closer to the car. My lady love, you been with me for I'm singing to him. Such a long, long time. See, this would have been nice. If I had a show at night, almost like the Cash Cab or something. I mean, it might be a little bit interesting. And, we need people. I can't be the star of the show all by myself. I mean, that's one of the things. So, listening to that, listening to Spike Lee and everything, that morning, I had an appointment, and it was like for 9 o'clock, and I get to the window, and the guy, it's like the window's closed, and he's talking to somebody, and I'm kind of like feeling like I'm getting ignored, but you have to look at it. I mean, after the event happens, it was probably something important. It's at work, and he said, it's probably something. Probably the phone rang or something, and he's telling, or the girl's telling him something he's got to know or something. So I got a little agitated, and I know a lot because a lot of what I heard that morning was on my mind. Subconsciously, it's like, well, we'll be right back. How about that? I'm gonna take a breather here. I mean, subconsciously, it was on my mind. It was really on my mind, and when I get back, we'll finish it up. I want to take a break.